Hey, how you doing? I'm Ray Romes, and you're not. I'm about to delve into event number 2 of why I don't live on Pratumnak Hill / John TM / Pattaya / whatever you want to call it. That was part of the problem in my eyes. Hey, and by the way, if you watch to the end, I'll show you my helipad. I got one now. It's right over there. Down in Pattaya, that was for sure. So I know that I'm not a spring chicken, but I wasn't ready to pack it in, and I wanted to be near the action. So I looked into John TM. And John TM's a little bit spread out. I think their beaches are nicer, but it wasn't calling me. And then I started looking at Pratumnak Hill, which I didn't think was going to be affordable, and it turned out to be. And I found a very nice place. However, there are some things about the place that just start to get old. Number one was, there was no short-term stays allowed, and there was signs posted at just about anywhere in the Commons area saying they'll report it to immigration, but that's all there ever was. It was a constant coming and going with people in their rolling suitcases, constantly coming and going, and it was a hotel. In fact, one time, when I mentioned where I was living with somebody, they said, "Oh, that's a nice hotel." It's like, no, it's not a hotel. It's a condominium development. It's not. I mean, it was, like I said again, it's very lovely. It had 5 pools, 1 rooftop, waterfall, ivory tower that you could climb in, and little bungalows that line one of the 5 pools. It's in a video. You should check it out. So, there's people just constantly coming and going. It was like an airport, rolling suitcases at all hours of the day and night. And then it was, I can't say everybody that lived there, but it was the quality of people. Now, I know most tourists coming to the Pattaya aren't, I guess, the most upstanding characters. I don't know what way to put it, but it was a very diverse crowd of people, and some of which were involved in like organized crime, and I don't know what was worse, the gangsters, or the real gangsters, or the wannabe and tryhards. And I'd be inclined to say it was the wannabes and the tryhards, because the real ones kept to themselves. But that is the true thing. That was what I found the irony is you'd watch the local news, and Pattaya police are cracking down, Pattaya police are raiding bars, Pattaya police doing this. Like, Pattaya police should just sit outside, because there was 2 sibling, if you will, excuse me, condominium complexes right next to each other on Pratumnak Hill. All the cops have to do is do some, scratch the surface with some, entry-level undercover work, and they'd find a cornucopia of all kinds of shady shit going on, for a lack of a better word. So, it was just knowing what you were and who you were living in the midst of. I never felt like my life was in danger, but, you just figure if you got that kind of element living there, it's only a matter of time. The other thing is next to rolling suitcases coming and going was freelance working girls, for lack of a better term, constantly coming and going. And it was just like, and it wasn't so much them coming and going. It was like at least once a week, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 times a week, there'd be some freelancers screaming and carrying on the balcony or in the Commons area about someone had buyer's remorse and didn't want to pay her. And, the police were coming there. And then, say if you're working your way through the complex, you get to what would be the entrance of it. There's a nice store, owned by Jack, bless him, great guy. But it wasn't good for my mental health. I don't judge what one does with their lives, but you think the vast majority of the people that live here came damn near halfway around the world to live in pretty much paradise, and see people like wrecking their hells on a daily basis. Again, the store, and like even Tops and some 7-Elevens, they have chairs. You could get a beer or a coffee or a soda or a bite to eat, and you're invited to sit out front. And so does this private mom and pop store. Again, bless their hearts. But you would see people. I would be getting up. I get up at 5 every day. Get up at 5, gather my laundry, go to drop it off at the laundromat next to the store, and it's 6 a.m. And there's people that were either that you saw when you were coming in still drinking, or people just starting to drink. And then as you got to know people, you would meet these people when they weren't on their drink, shaking like leaves, man, and a completely different personality. And you're just like, I'd walk away and I was just like, is that the same jovial person I spoke to last night or last week or what have you? And then, so, like I said, it's the constant coming and going, the criminal element, the freelance working girls coming and going and bitching, complaining, tourists just completely losing their mind because they're on vacation. Young gal apparently comes all the way to Thailand from China, and she decides she wants to experiment with drugs, and she starts right at the top with yaba, which is some meth is just garbage to begin with. I mean, we're talking some low grade whipped up in some hut in some village, north in Thailand somewhere. We were just talking garbage, and she decides to experiment with a little yaba, and next thing you know, her little half-dressed ass is throwing all her belongings and whoever owned the condo's possessions of furniture out and into the pool. The police had to come, and they had one set of cuffs, but then they had to use a towel to cover her for one, and then she ended up at a moment where she broke free of either her legs or arms. She hit one of the condominium security guards, clocked him a good one. And yeah, people just on mood elevators and just the area. Pratumnak Hill is a very nice area. Don't get me wrong. My condominium was a very nice condominium, and the development was nice too. But it's just people wasting their lives, and then having their little scams, which says, why are you bringing your hometown bullshit here to Thailand? And it's because you came here, you knew that the cost of living was affordable, but yet you can't afford it. So you run in some kind of little side racket. I've never been one to turn down a buck, but by honest means. And you just you're doing something that could get your ass booted. I don't know. The same thing with the store. People sitting there drinking. There was always some drama unfolding every day. Damn near always some drama out there. And it's I don't want to. I didn't move halfway around the world to, I used to sit and kick it with this one guy, and he had a great analogy, and I have my analogy too of the area, and he would say it's the greatest show on earth, and it was, but to a point where you're living in, where this condominium complex was, or both of them is, the area got its own night market. It was such a big populace of people, and but drama folding all the time there. Husband, wife, you get some Thai woman who fell for a foreigner, and then here comes, the husband or boyfriend she said she didn't have. That was the last little incident that happened. I believe it out there, but something always going on. I didn't move halfway around the world to hear this and see this. And like I said, prostitutes screaming and fights. I've seen more fights than I care to remember. I kid you not. I've seen more fights. Just Mickey Mouse, high school hijinks, but we're talking grown adults, and it just the busyness of it all just started to get to be a bit too much, and it's just and then like I said, when you get to know some of these people in your comings and goings, because you see people hurting themselves or hurting each other, and I don't care what anyone does. I really don't. But, on the same token, I don't want to have to see it either. And, it's just, it's the greatest show on earth for people watching, because there's just always some spectacle. And then, my next thing's going to be Friends, my next event. if you will. Event 3 is about friends, and it's just like, you know, then you get to know people. You got to hear about something that you missed. You got to hear the, you know, you don't want to be a dick, but, you know, now you got to hear about something else that one unfolded, and it just, yeah, I broke a rule when I said, nah, if I come to Thailand, I'm only making friends with Thai people, and I made some wonderful friends. Don't get me wrong, because I know some of you may be watching, but others just same stuff I left behind back in the States. I just solitude is strength. I don't want to sound like a dick, but I don't need anybody. I don't. Solitude is strength, and I'll leave you with that. Peace out. Well, as promised, as the bonus footage, I said I'd show you where my helipad is, and let's go take a look. There you have it, folks. On top of the world, Ma. On top of the world. Till next time, peace out. Boom!